Adding improper fractions is exactly the same as adding proper fractions. We have to make the denominators the same. 7 and 4, the lowest common multiple is 28, so that's our denominator. To get from 7 to 28, we multiplied by 4, so we multiply the numerator by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. To get from 4 to 28, we multiplied by 7. So we multiply the 6 by 7, and that's 42. And now we add them together to see how many 28ths we have. 36 add 42, that's 78. Now we have the total, we need to convert this answer to a mixed number. Remember that this is just telling you 78 divided by 28. So how many 28s can we get into 78? 2 28s are 56. If we add another 28 on, that gets us too far. That takes us to 84. So we can only get 2 lots of 28 into 78. How many 28s do we have left over? The difference between 78 and 56 is 22. 2 and 22 over 28. Just check if that can be simplified. And it can, because both 22 and 28 will divide by 2. So that becomes 2 and 11 over 14. Have a go at this one. 6 fifths add 8 sevenths. Pause the video, have a go. The denominators need to be the same, and the lowest common multiple of 5 and 7 is 35, so that's our denominator. To get from 5 to 35, we multiplied by 7, so we're going to multiply 6 by 7, that's 42. To get from 7 to 35, we multiplied by 5. 8 multiplied by 5 is 40. And now we add them together. How many 35ths do we have? 40 add 42 is 82. Now we need to convert this to a mixed number. 35 into 82, 2 lots of 35 is 70, so that'll go in twice. How many out of 35 do we have left over? And that's 12. Just check if that can be simplified, and 12 and 35, they don't share any other factors other than 1, so we can't simplify that. The answer's 2 and 12 over 35. Subtracting improper fractions works exactly the same as subtracting proper fractions. Pause the video if you want to have a go at this. Again, denominators need to be the same. 12 is the lowest common multiple, so I'm going to make that the denominator. To get 4 to 12, we multiplied by 3, so we multiply 6 by 3 to get 18. To get from 6 to 12, we multiplied by 2, so we multiply 7 by 2, and that's 14. And now we need to do the subtraction. How many 12ths do we have left? 18 take away 4, that's 4. 4 12ths. Can we simplify that? And we can. Both those numbers will divide by 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. The answer is 1/3. Adding and subtracting mixed numbers, there's one extra step that you have to do at the beginning, and this is where you need to remember how to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. And if you're not sure, check the video that covers that one. For this bit, the denominator remains the same. So we're looking for so many thirds and so many quarters. 3 times 3 is 9, add 2, that's 11, so that's 11 thirds. 2 times 4 is 8, add 2 is 10, that's 10 quarters. Now we need to make the denominators the same. 3 and 4 both will go into 12. To get from 3 to 12 we multiplied by 4. 11 times 4 is 44. To get from 4 to 12 we multiplied by 3. 10 multiplied by 3 is 30. How many 12ths is that? 44 add 30 is 74. Now we're going to convert that to a mixed number. How many times does 12 go into 74? 6 times 12 is 72, So it'll go in 6 times, and how many 12ths are left over? If 6 times 12 is 72, we've got 74, so there's 2 12ths left over. Can we simplify that? Both 2 and 12 will divide by 2, so our answer is 6 and 1/6. Taking away, again, this is exactly the same. The first step we have to do is to convert them to improper fractions. Remember for this that the denominators stay the same. We have so many fifths and so many quarters. 4 times 5 is 20, add 4 is 24. 3 times 4 is 12, add 2 is 14. And this time we're subtracting. And now we need to make the denominators the same. 5 and 4 both will go into 20. To get from 5 to 20 we multiplied by 4. 24 multiplied by 4, that's 96. 4's into 20 goes 5. 14 times 5 is 70. How many 20ths does that leave us with? 96 takes 70, leaves 26. Now we need to convert that to a mixed number. How many times does 20 go into 26? It'll go in once, and we have 6 20ths left over. And we can simplify that because 6 and 20 will both divide by 2. So that's 1 and 3/10. Have a go at this one. Pause the video, press play when you're ready to see the solution. First of all, convert them to improper fractions. 1 times 6 is 6, add 5 is 11. 2 times 5 is 10, add 4 is 14. We need to make the denominators the same. 6 and 5, we could make those both 30. To get from 6 to 30, we multiplied by 5. 11 multiplied by 5 is 55. To get from 5 to 30, we multiplied by 6. 14 multiplied by 6 is 84. How many 30ths do we have? 55 add 84, that's 139. So to convert this to a mixed number, how many times will 30 go into 139? Well, 30 will go into 120 4 times, and then out of 30 we have 19 left. We can't simplify that because 19 and 30 share only one factor, and that's 1. Have a go at this one, pause the video, see how you get on. First of all, convert them to improper fractions. 3 3/4, 3 times 4 is 12, add 3 is 15, so that becomes 15/4. 1 5/6, 1 times 6 is 6, add 5 is 11, so that becomes 11/6, and we're subtracting. We need to make the denominators the same. 4 and 6 both will go into 12. To get from 4 to 12, we multiplied by 3. So we multiply 15 by 3 to get 45. 6 we had to multiply by 2 to get 12, so we'll multiply 11 by 2 to get 22. How many 12ths does that leave us with? 45 take away 22 is 23. That's 23 over 12. Now we're going to convert that to a mixed number. How many times will 12 go into 23? It'll only go in once because 2 12s are 24. So we have one whole one. And how many 12s do we have left over? Well, that leaves us with 11 12s. And we can't simplify that any further.